1, 2, 3.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Shinigami Tavris, and we're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons. We're not sponsored by anyone. It's all done off the wonderful tips and whatnot from donations from you guys. Last time we played D&D.
Got Onion back after.
Oh yay! I just lost the stream deck.
Oh no!
That's the last thing they heard.
No. The stream's still going. The stream deck did not swap over to player cam. There we go.
There we go.
Last time in D&D, and Barnabas got arrested.
Yeah, let's say so. The thumper actually grew to its normal height instead of what we thought it was. Drugged Barnabas. Barnabas is instantly out. Tried to top me out, but I stay where I'm at.
Yeah, you abandoned your friend.
But Trail, Barnabas and Finn. Finn also gets captured after trying to help. And mark where they are. We go to Kintar's. He's not there. We go to the safe house. And got a letter that we had an appointment with Fritz. And Crusher said that he would help, but he needed money. So I gave him a lot of money. In that process, I go ahead and shave and darken my hair and go get a new outfit and stuff like that. We also grabbed one for Onion. So then we go to the red door, and we got punished for riding early inside the door. 10% for me, and 5% for Asper. But we paid $5,000 off the debt, and we paid $4,500 to get resurrected, and now I only owe $21,796. But we have Onion back. We head back to the safe house, and that's when Crusher apparently effed up and insulted the mother and made things wrong.
Giant fucker.
So we'll have to do a heist, is my last note.
Hey, Kentor said that we'd have to get broken out. Bro.
So, you have the rest of that day to do what you want.
For the type of resurrection that Onion had, was that like full, like they're at full max HP and like they had a full rest? Or is it like a revivify where they're like 1 HP?
No, they're...
And do they have resurrection exhaustion?
Yeah, I didn't know if there was anything with that.
There is a resurrection exhaustion, but it's not anything really to worry about.
I'm unfamiliar with this.
Basically, because we're going to get a long rest between anything that happens.
Unless you guys decide to like go out and be stupid.
There's
No, the ones
oh,
that
it
are doing
doesn't
that
matter.
are,
The stupid one are already in jail.
They're
Fair
like,
point.
and the other one's out on assignment. So.
Barnabas believes he's been abandoned by all the people he's close with. You left me. Barnabas
Actually, technically, you left.
Barnabas didn't leave you.
I'm sitting here thinking the entire time, I was like, why did he... Okay, so... Corrupt cop.
worry about that.
You can think all you want. Barnabas is not responding to anything. He is fully shut down.
I get it's the character, but I'm sitting there thinking, why? Drugs straight to the face.
Because Barnabas thought he had friends to protect. That wouldn't abandon him.
Don't you pull that card.
So what are we doing for the rest of that
I
day
want
in
with
Cress?
I guess giving Onion a rundown from last we left off with Onion alive.
So,
That's a lot.
so everything with the Goblin Village and Doc and
Yep, pretty much.
how they met Crusher and
Cress, the weirdness of Cress. I can't remember how many sections ago was that now.
It's quite a few.
so you said you had a friend. The cops told him to leave, and now he's gone. And then there was a fire.
Yes. He still hasn't shown up yet, and he knows where this place is, so I have no idea. But he really was here on his own agenda, and so it's not surprising if he decided to leave, because this is full of assholes.
I can definitely see that.
That was September, by the way. I just look back.
It's been gone a while.
Yeah, we've not had that many games though,
Yeah.
because most of December we didn't game.
It didn't feel like.
And then we had like hit or miss sessions.
So we're on session 54, and that was session 49.
What was the date? Do you remember?
September 28th.
Jesus, it does not feel like it's been that long. Now I
Well, we
can
had a
see how
bunch
y'all
of
spent 2 years.
holidays, and then I know there was a couple that, like, we had a couple different one shots. There was one shot that we ended up doing a 2-shot, and then Emerald Dawn in between as well.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know why I said anyways. It's not like I can do shit.
We're incarcerated.
Grold.
No, like, Idane's not going to be sticking his neck out and risking
Mm-hmm.
their only chance of getting out.
Okay,
Um,
so you guys are just gonna stay at Casa La Crusher.
unless Kintar needs me to go do anything. To
No,
prepare
I-
for it.
Yeah, you're supposed to be going and getting shit that fell off a cart.
For like, Kentar said that he had stuff to take care of, and that he would be back with you, and that's the last that we.
Yeah.
And he left with Crusher, so they are both gone. It's just you,
Yeah.
you three, because Esper's there.
Also, it updates you on the place we're supposed to get boxes from. I think we had mentioned it, but
Yeah, we
give you the full rundown of what I had seen.
Seems like a bad idea.
Absolutely. We might not have a choice.
Onion is going to be like bound to the hip with a day.
Okay.
Like that's too much.
We're gonna go ahead and pass the day then. You get your long rest, which would bring Onion back from the. Now, I will put it this way: the more you get resurrected, the more that exhaustion happens. So, like, in fact, this is your first resurrection. It's only an exhaustion level 1. You get resurrected a second time, it's an exhaustion level 2.
If you don't get resurrected 6 times,
At 6 times, well,
you ain't coming back.
no, you always come back with a exhaustion level 5 after the 5th one. But the kicker is every time that you get I'm keeping notes. Every time you get resurrected, there is a DC you have to pass, and that DC gets harder and harder and harder. And on about your 6th one, it becomes
DC 30.
no, like you're
DC
getting
25.
closer to like almost a DC 50, where you have a 50% chance of the gods just not letting your body come back.
Gods are just like,
That's right. 'cause
you know what?
it's
No, just
Yes.
Nah, I kind of like that. That's there have to be stakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yes.
And not only that, the gods might have decided, no, this is your time, and they just.
Is I don't think I've ever looked. Is reincarnate one of the options in here, or is
It is,
It is.
and it counts as one of your
yeah.
resurrection. And like it doesn't count it towards your exhaustion level, but it counts towards your percentile level.
But does it still have the chance of coming back as not yourself?
Yes.
I may want to keep that one in a hip pocket.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
reincarnate.
So basically, reincarnate will still
No, I've actually
always
got a
function,
circumstance for
but
Okay.
if you get killed and don't have it ready, the times you've been reincarnated count towards your resurrections.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's
But you don't
the
wind up.
gods dice pool.
But you don't wind up with like a DC on the reincarnation itself.
No.
Okay.
So you get your long rest in. You wake up to the smell of food being cooked.
Oh, you is it smell decent or does it
Yes.
smell burnt? Your stomach's probably growling.
Come on, please be
Very
mouthful, mistress.
Very much.
Because you're not used to that.
Did you read the message I sent you?
Why does it hurt?
Oh god, when was the last time Onion ever went to a bath? It's gonna be like that scene in Supernatural where Cassie's having to like teach the angels how to wipe their own ass.
One, I'm assuming that Onion's digestive system would at least somewhat work for. Two, I'd rather not think of what the vampire.
I'd rather not think about it.
Really not thinking
It's okay for breakfast because they already had troll dick. You might have mountain troll oysters.
So, walking out.
Yep.
When you come out, there is actually a lady that is half naked,
Kintar.
and she. Oh, there's more.
Yes, indeed.
And pulls out, grabs a bag and pulls out some more things and throws them on.
He's never seen it, right?
Bizarre.
No idea.
And it is like about the only thing she's wearing is she's bust out. Just
Gotta watch out for
The apron didn't even
Gotta
come.
watch out for the grease stains. Bacon grease?
Yeah,
it's not bacon.
No, it's not bacon.
Yeah,
Ah,
grease stains. Pancake batter.
And she. So who are you?
I'm a Dane.
Onion.
We stay here.
Okay.
And you are?
I'm Edith.
Edith. God bless you.
I feel like she's a little more than topless.
She keeps cooking, and you're like a couple of minutes later, one of the doors opens, and out strolls Kintar, completely naked, and he you're up. 1 second. And he turns around and goes back in and shuts the door.
Like, I'm making a face,
Yes.
but this doesn't phase Onion.
He comes back out with like just pants on, and he walks over to her, like looks at what she's making, and goes, "That'll do." And he sits down.
She seems nice.
Sure.
Now Dane's in his head going, does he even know her name?
So, you guys have a busy day today.
Seems so.
It would appear so.
I already sent the girl off on something.
Well, okay. So she's not going to be helping us with the heist?
Yes and no.
Given her judgment, I don't think I'd trust her to help us anyways.
You're a little biased.
She did kill me.
Quite a story there, I'm sure. And at this, you see like Edith turn and look, like what? He goes,
questions you don't want answers to.
"So I've got a little bit of it ready. Crusher's working on something right now.
Is this on the Crusher level?
It's something Crusher would be good at working on.
He's got to remove quite a large set of rocks out of the way.
Good to do.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Edith, honey, food."
Damn.
He remembers.
There's a woman that Kentar knows their name besides Ruby? What the fuck?
And she comes over and like puts the food down in front of him, and he, yeah, I hope you enjoy. It's some sort of delicacy of hers. So
Some kind of Cressian food.
she giggles and she goes, "You'll enjoy it," and just like, and he,
Sleepy Mountain oysters.
it's not that bad.
There is no
I've tried worse.
there is no identifying it.
Nope. It is a meat of some sort. On the side of it, there's also a little bit of eggs, and she has put like a hard biscuit with it as well.
Hey, I appreciate any free food.
And Kildar just like lets it sit there.
You see Onion like take a piece of the meat and go like to tear at it with their fang and got
A little bit smaller now.
So as you bite into it, it has like a very salty taste. But then all of a sudden there's like a good almost sweet but not quite flavor that hits. And the meat is a little bit tough, but it's
So it's like a honey cured ham or something like that.
something like that.
We're that kind of sweet. It's not like a
Yeah. And Kintar just he pokes at it a little bit and then takes the eggs and eats the eggs and eats the biscuit. And he looks over at everybody's food and goes, "You've got to procure something for me. It's been paid for by you.
That's the thing I've got to procure.
We need. I can't be seen with it. And I don't trust Crusher with it.
Understandably.
So, I'm gonna need you to pick it and deliver it to the Brooks prison. Specifically, basement 4.
Just like levels of basement, or is it like it has multiple basements?
Never been to the Brooks Preserve, I'm guessing.
First time in Cress?
The Brooks Preserve doesn't just go up, it goes down.
Well, we were supposed to be going there.
yeah.
Onion and Barnabas were.
I was just thinking, like,
Onion is questioning this at this point.
Oh yeah, your little silver bracelet is in the chest in Barnabas's room.
It's not on your arm now. Of course, doesn't matter. You're not dead anymore.
So, after you procure the things, take them to the basement. You should be able to find Crusher there, and hopefully get your friends shortly after.
Alright. Where am I picking up from?
He, Edith, honey! And she comes and, like, hands him a piece of paper. And he just drops it on the table.
So gentlemanly. I'm guessing it's like another address
Yep.
type situation.
Now you get to learn how that addresses work in Cress.
I'm hiring a cab.
Um,
It's a weird code kind of thing, but it finds you a place. I haven't figured it out myself yet.
Okay then.
We can hide. hire people to drive us around?
Probably be easier.
Especially because Kintar sent off our guide.
Well, she's procuring something else and delivering it to the basement as well.
That's fine, no complaints. I'm just saying, I have no idea where I'm going. She was my guide.
Yes, but time is of essence at this point, right?
Absolutely.
Especially now that the constable knows that your friends are there, and he's not very keen on what Crusher was doing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Huh.
Well then, I believe we should suit up if you're ready to go. You can eat that.
No.
Did you like it?
All right.
A quarter of it. Eat the rest.
Meanwhile, in the jail, here's your slop.
Dane doesn't
As-
know
as-
how
as-
long this is going to take or what's going to happen, so he's like, get the calories in.
As you're eating it, he yeah, basilisk tail tastes horrible sometimes.
That's an expensive dish.
Makes sense.
I'm not going to like turn him to a statue on the way or anything, am I?
That's just a
No.
slight hallucinogen. It'll get you stoned.
Secretly edibles.
Also,
No wonder you're so happy.
and he snaps his fingers, and Edith comes over and hands him this little like tube, and it's a little metal tube, and he hand that to Crusher as well.
Is it hollow or is it like sealed?
It's sealed.
Okay, I can do that.
Edith, where am I going today?
Leave him to that.
Edith's just his secretary.
I'm going to
Secretary?
lock up the platinum pieces in Finn's room for now, just in case.
The rest of them?
You never know who might come for me, so the rest of the platinum.
Humans liked wearing clothes more.
In privacy, not so much. Especially with whatever relationship it is they've got going.
Two very good points.
Okay.
Wouldn't recommend doing it down the street. There might be beaches I've heard rumor of that you could do that, but not just in the street.
I think I'll pass on that one too.
Yeah, done lowering stuff.
So you get dressed and ready. You go out and hire a cab.
It's because I have no idea.
3 silver. And the cab does take you cross town. You pass the castle, and it drops you off at a basically the corner of 2 streets, and he points to the building.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I would ask him to wait, but I have no idea how big of whatever it is we're carrying, so I'll let him go and
Okay.
go to the building.
He is going to like take the shield that they've been carrying off and go like, maybe I should start using this. Actually,
It's never a bad idea.
that would work great.
Depends on which hand you use to hit things with. And yeah, that's right.
Could you get proficient? Now? Okay.
So the area that you're in is definitely an older area. A lot of the buildings are 2-story, and a lot of them are shops, and you can tell that like the second story would be like a living quarters.
Yeah.
So a lot of the buildings have 2 doors that are side by side.
Door this was. Is there a name or anything? Or is it just directions?
It's just directions.
It doesn't say like a 1 or 2.
Nope.
I was gonna say, is there any kind of codify that I can do?
You start looking.
Yeah.
The first numbers match up with both doors.
Is there another set of numbers, or is that it?
On the doors, it's just the same.
Well, we're just gonna take the one on the left and see what happens.
No answer.
Go to the other door.
I didn't understand.
We're here to
It's locked.
we're here to pick something.
Check the first door.
Locked.
We're here to pick something up.
Yes.
After a second, the door, you hear it, and it like it peeks open, and you see. And at first, you're like, "There's nothing there," and then you look down a little bit, and there's an eyeball, and you hear, "Abuse!"
Wait, is it like one? Is it like a little creature with a single eyeball?
You can't
Not sure.
tell. Like the door is that it's
that
barely
dark?
cracked open.
We are here to pick up a package for Kentar.
The door like slams shut, and you hear.
Knock on the door again.
Yeah.
Still don't understand you.
Whatever's in that package.
You hear. You.
Hey, yes, I'm here to pick up a package. It was already paid for, apparently.
The door like swings open, and you see a gnome. His hair is splotchy and like everywhere. The reason that the eye is the prominent thing is it has yeah,
Eyeglass thing.
it's so thick it magnifies the eye. And as you're looking, you notice it. The creature doesn't have a second eye. Well, it's also missing a leg and part of a hand.
Shit, did we just roll up on Charlie's old mentor?
And he scuttles over and he hello package.
Yes. Package.
Wasn't told. Noted.
I like this guy.
Don't have?
I'll go.
So what was paid for then?
You can pick up.
Where do we go?
And he
Walk outside, goes next door, opens door.
writes a letter. And it is. He starts writing, and it's more than just an address. And he's going and going. And I normally make boom, but it was all taken. Taken.
You took it.
Hey,
Customers, gotcha.
but usable.
Sorry, but didn't realize you closed it.
Onion kind of mutters in Sylvan. This one's weirder than the others.
Get right. He speaks shit.
Intronic, yes, you are.
Oh.
There's a response that you don't understand, and he I got used.
Is it on my list?
Do you
you
speak
speak?
Atheris?
No.
No, but I have a character that does.
And he I'm not crazy, just a bit frazzled. Says you hate things, and like every time he blinks, it is that like awkward. You can see the
This is what happens when you have a lot of concussive force repeatedly directly in front of you, giving you a lot of concussions.
So he's that archetype.
Now he has just a fuck ton of tinnitus too.
yeah. The reason I'm screaming is it is he can't hear.
It's just ringing.
That's him being able to hear the fact he's talking to
I
you.
thought we had the kooky bomb maker. Like a.
Oh no, it's definitely
No,
Kooky
that's
Bombmaker.
definitely
Like,
it.
do you remember the mole guy from Atlantis?
That
Yeah.
wasn't the
Yep.
Maker, though.
Was it?
No,
it's
the Ball
the
Maker
Russian
was-
stuff.
Oh yeah, the one with the mustache. yeah.
Gibbs, yes. And he goes over and grabs a couple of things, and he wraps it all up, and he goes, boom!
Can I read the letter? Or is it
Um,
different language?
It's hard to read it because it is like
Dr. Scratch.
yeah, but it's something along the lines of like per our agreement, something provide, and there's numbers there, but you don't understand what for, and like there's a signature at the bottom.
Forgive me, sir, but I'm kind of new here. Is there an address on this?
Yeah. And he like grabs another piece of paper and writes, "Oh yes, you package." And he like reaches up and grabs another box and like, bam!
It. Payment?
Ah!
It's already been paid for.
Uh-huh.
So I get that payment.
That with the letter.
You have to take that. This is where it would help having somebody stupid. Stupid understands crazy.
Not that I'm aware of. Thank you very much.
Lots of things. Things go boom too.
I shall keep your address with me in case I need something like such.
They'll all go boom.
Charlie's mentor really went off
That
the
was
deep end
the
after
clearest fucking thing he said.
Actually, we could use something to go boom for a ship that's flying.
I think I might need something. New eardrums.
You're gonna need a new rib cage.
It's now, step outside.
Ah!
Yeah.
And like as you
Does
like it is he like scuttles behind you, and it's awkward hearing because that it is a scuttle, and hearing that wooden peg leg like
Oh man.
as he's going,
Onion is going to back out of it.
and he like and as soon as you're out the door, it is a what?
It sounds like Mr. Krabs.
Of course, Kentor's knew me on a fetch quest here. Can I read this address?
Again, it's the like it's chicken scratch.
It'd be awesome if it was just right next door.
It's tempting to check.
You're looking, try to decipher.
Yeah, I would try and see if I can decipher at least the combination of letters, numbers, and all that. If not, I'm gonna flag somebody down and be like,
Help.
So this one, like, it's definitely more like the one you got beforehand matches what you had seen prior. This looks a bit odd. And when you show it to someone, they go, "Oh, you're not from here, are you? Hmm. So you're gonna go out the east gate,
mm-hmm.
and on the left, around the back of the wall, you can't miss
Does this sound familiar? Then we go out the east gate.
Yeah.
Take a left.
Yeah.
He sold the explosives to them.
That's what I want. We shall see.
Hey, we were told to come pick up a package.
Was this just a random person or was this a cat?
It's a random person.
Okay. Really appreciate you. And then flag now.
You might be able to do a 2-for-1 special here.
Maybe.
It takes you a minute to flag down a cabbie. And the first one you flag down, when he looks at the address, he goes, no. And like,
Just keep going east gate, but alright.
and after you flag down another one, and the guy's like, who's Silver?
Takes you to the south gate.
Certainly.
Hey, this is as close as I'm going, buddy. Have fun walking.
Been half a day just walking outside the walls.
You showed him the address, right?
Yes.
The cabbie. Okay. So the cabbie drives you out the east gate, turns down a road, and like basically drives you straight to the airship. It's been 2 days since you've seen it. There are tons of seating and things that are now set up in the field next to it. It almost looks like they're setting up a stadium. But there's also some odd, like, rods in the middle of all of it that you no idea.
Pink.
And the cab driver lets you out and drives off.
Oh,
So,
is there anybody there?
There's a ton of people wandering around.
So, what do we do about this? Apparently, we need to pick something up from them.
Yeah, for the moment we'll follow the paper trail and, right now we need more friends than anything, so let's see what happens. I'll try and find an official looking anybody.
Give me a perception check
Guards
first.
or something. Perception?
Yep.
22.
So there's a bunch of people that are in like similar clothing to each other, that are not too far away. There's a couple of kids running around, and then there is like a bunch of other people. Some of them, one of them looks like it. There's a bunch of guards around somebody.
You seem official.
I thought it was Brother Sarah.
I recognize the robes I'm about facing, probably.
So you head to the
guarded person, I guess.
um.
Put up Onion is not showing their ears at any point.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't answer that too.
Absolutely not.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. 1 second.
You can't see it on the picture I sent, but he buzzed his head to now he's got like a mohawkish type thing. Head type.
It's a hind type.
As best as what that website would let
Okay. As you start to approach, before you get to the guards, you notice what was your perception?
It was a 22.
You notice that these are Evan Gall.
I'm assuming that, like, so I'm assuming Edane stops. Onion keeps walking, and Edane just like, nope.
So obviously, the characters.
Shit just got
What
so
exactly-
much worse.
How did you part with them?
Not on good terms, that's for
Poorly.
sure.
Yeah.
Now Edane's very confused though.
Give me another perception check.
13.
13. The gentleman in between all of them looks familiar to you.
Ready to
Can
die.
Is this a intelligence remembering or
Yeah, you can do it. Perception start.
Nat 20 for 20. Where'd it go? Where did you go? There we go. 21.
Okay. With a 21, this gentleman definitely looks familiar to you, but something's not quite right with the appearance. You remember him floating in the air, summoning
So,
You remember him named? I remember the name of him.
Compare anything?
Nope.
Onion is going to turn to Edane and be like,
Why is
Evan Gauntlet.
we're friends now? You pissed off our voice, and you go boom. That's all there is.
well, either they are outwitted or somebody's working for the other.
Definitely,
Shit.
like, backing back into the crowd at this
So
point.
as you start to move, a gentleman like taps you on the shoulders, and he, "Are you here for the demonstration?"
I'm here for a pickup. And hold out a letter, the letter to see.
He takes it and he, "Oh, well, you're headed towards the demonstration, anyways."
Well, there you go. Then yes.
That's it.
He starts to walk you like directly past all the Evan gauntlets.
It wasn't your fault. It was their retribution for them going off. They stepped out of line. It wasn't your fault.
Oh,
Just
we know this.
keep my head
And
down.
Dane's not sure anymore who's ready to kill
Keeping
him.
head down, not
I'm so lost.
trying not to let my face be seen.
So when we went on the original quest,
Thankfully, my hair is a different color
Going
now, so they won't be able to pick me up from that.
yes, the one that died, the town that was destroyed was by that guy.
He's
and
like,
then,
That was fair.
and then when we left
No.
that and went to our
Mudbar.
town, Mudbar, yeah. And then when we went to the town that we were helping set up with the cult, the Ebon Gauntlet was there attacking that camp. And they came and tried to kill us, and Zarek blew all their heads off
I feel like we've seen him.
after they tried to kill us. So,
Finn may ask a question later.
We're in jail.
yeah. I mean, there's lots of questions now.
But Zarek
It's
called
important to know
Zion,
who back guys are.
and the Zion cast judgment.
But if he's not immediately looking at us and passing judgment, then I think we're okay. But you say he looks off?
buddy.
Something's not quite right.
We killed his god. Or at least damaged his god. Maybe he's not as powerful.
His god got their nose rubbed in the piss on the carpet.
Yeah.
That's what would happen at a
So
That we don't.
the gentleman that is escorting you guys escorts you over to a section of the airship, and it's got these doors that are wide open at the back end of it, where there's tons of crates and barrels, and he so you need, and he's looking at it and goes, and he motions for somebody else to come over, and he hands it over, and he goes, "This gentleman here will take care of all of your needs. I've got to get the demonstration going." And he turns and walks over to another part of the field, and at this point, you can see that the procession with the Ebon Gauntlet has come in behind you, and they've like taken up seats.
Oh, okay. I thought they were like behind me, like standing there waiting.
It's like
Now,
How
a
to
lot,
give
of,
a Dana
a lot of the
heart
Ebon
attack
Gauntlet
101.
are still standing,
You
but
gotta
like,
go easy on you, man.
and the person that's helping you is now one of the ones that's dressed similar to like all the others, and he's a little pale, but like
Let's see.
now that you're closer to him,
Mhm.
he's not gaunt. He's
Okay.
not. It's just pale skin,
Yeah.
and he looks it over and he goes, "Oh, what are you doing with all of these?"
No idea. I'm just here to pick it up.
We're just
good
we're just
job.
the errand runners. We haven't asked questions. We
Okay.
And for this one, he can be completely honest because he has no idea. Kentar has plans on plans, so he's
So
not sure
like he
what
goes
he's
over
thinking
to an area and like puts on gloves and like opens a barrel and like pulls out another like smaller barrel and starts like gently filling,
Dude, I need to hit him in the box, or is that for something else?
and he seals the small barrel up and then like puts it down and then closes the big barrel, and he goes and like it has wooden toggles to latch it, and latches it down, and he goes over and like shakes the gloves and then slowly pulls them off. He comes back with the small barrel and he goes, "So don't shake violently."
we were
Which means Crusher's immediately going to take it. Go, what's inside? Oh, fuck.
Be very careful with it.
we were at least told something about boom, so we will be.
If you don't know what it does, you can see in a minute if you want to wait.
Well, otherwise distracted. You can maybe find something that fell off the cart.
The weapons
I
thing.
don't even know what I'm supposed to pick up, except for more of those.
Yeah, but you know you're supposed to get a box of rods
While
for Kentar.
while the guy has been doing all this, can I see any rods or anything?
Give me a perception check.
Robert Downey Jr.
I don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
I don't see shit, do you?
It's a 9.
I mean, there's tons of different things, and a lot of it you have no idea what you're staring at. So after he's handed it over, he goes, "So according to the note, you also need something else, and that I'm getting a replacement instead." He
Actually, this.
takes it and like opens it, and it's it is that like okay,
Is that not it?
it might. I'm not 100% sure.
We were given very sparse details, unfortunately.
He was given a flashlight.
The gentleman that gave us the lecture was a little bit frazzled, so I
Oh
wasn't
no,
quite understanding.
I know the gentleman. He produced
All that.
that and more stuff for us.
Understand them.
Uh, he takes the one box and like sets it off to the side, like well away from the other stuff,
Yeah.
and he grabs something else off of a shelf, that like a portable shelf thing that he's got set up,
Mhm.
and he comes back and it's a very small like cube, and he goes, "Do not let these two touch."
You're holding the cube. I'll hold the barrel. Good to know.
And this is why it's good not to have somebody stupid, because they would have gone,
And-
what happens?
How big is it exactly?
It's
Just like
yeah, it's a little bit bigger than a Rubik's cube.
It's a Tesseract.
And at this point, you can hear something going on in the behind you where they're talking about something, but you're not paying attention.
Right.
And the gentleman goes, "You might want to cover your ears."
Gently sets barrel down by feet.
And before you can get your hands up, all of a sudden there's a loud pop as what sounds like gunshots go off behind you.
All right, now I can make my gunslinger.
I don't think I've heard gunshots.
No.
Because that was Charlie that had something like that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, no, I don't know if Farron would have any firearms or not.
No. And it's not over with. And there's
I'm going
a,
to be watching now.
and at this, you're seeing a gentleman holding a metal tube, and it's
Hold on.
Thank you. Can we
Which
see what it's
rods
shooting?
did Kentar want? Does he want, like, flashlights, or does he want to arm all of his little urchins?
Oh god.
So magic
Kentar is
stuff,
now
and they're
the mafia.
experimenting with alternatives.
So seeing what they're demonstrating and glancing, obviously with my poor perception, do I see anything like what they're demonstrating in this section?
give me a perception check.
Which one are you going to betray me now?
He's holding this thing like a wand.
Okay, you won't. 25.
25. Yes, you see a small box of them actually.
do they have handles like a crossbow?
Yeah.
What contraption is that?
A contraption that makes gunslingers relevant.
Is now sitting here trying to figure out how the fuck to distract this guy. So he just pick up the crate while he's at it.
As you can tell, we've got that going on. What you have is a component that helps that happen.
It's good to know. Very fascinating.
Gunpowder, essentially.
So when the gentleman says it goes boom, to give you an estimate, and he pulls out a small, tiny cylinder made of metal. This isn't even full of that powder. And he points down at the other end of there's pieces of wood that are shattered. And it's not just a single, like, it's multiple planks in a row that it's gone through.
Yeah, they're not just like breaching a hole, they're eliminating the jail.
That's
Hey, so what are you guys gonna do? Unless you want
very
him
bad for
implicated.
It'd be very bad, yes. They're skin and bones.
So, as I stated, don't let those touch.
Noted.
Does that like ignite it?
It can. It is not exactly an igniter. But they do have possibilities of causing issues.
A square, touch powder, go boom. Got it.
Is there anything else?
If it ain't had any charisma, I'd be trying to do a deception, but no, I don't have anything.
I mean,
He-
Onion does, but Onion doesn't know what needs to be done here.
He pulls out a small piece of paper and he goes, "Come back in a couple of days. We have more than just that as a demonstration for the public."
Depending on the
That might,
25th,
Yes.
might actually be fun.
we'll definitely check it out.
And if you think that's amazing, wait till you see the other things that are coming.
He said cryptically.
Wait till you see the other things that are coming, like
Oh.
the red blob.
That's where the rotten egg smell is coming
Gunpowder?
from. Gunpowder.
I'd go with that and the Zion, but Zion, I don't really
Well, Zion's a place.
care.
Cyanide.
When I heard it, I heard Zion, so I've had it spelled like that since he was introduced.
Did I get Zarko right?
Hmm?
Is the name in the chat?
No.
Z-A... How do you...
It's Zeo.
Zio?
That's somebody entirely different.
All right.
That's Barnabas Snoochie Poochie.
But that's the fun thing of, like, I don't ever correct people normally with names or anything like that, because that's how
Life is.
that's how we ended up with a lot of our last names being, like, so drastically different from each other. So, like, in an example, my last name and the origination of it has an E attached to it, but the one I have does not.
There's so many different spellings and more.
And part of that comes from the fact that when you say the name, it doesn't guarantee.
Or
And
Yeah,
some
his
people wanted to
association.
get away with crime, so they said it was
I
spelled
saw
a different
one
way.
that was like, it's Irish, it's mortal.
or you get like ancestors like me that has like a Debroa de Marowski, and they're like, you're Mara.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or you get the other people that they have a last name, and I actually know somebody that this was it his, like it's his great grandfather changed their last name because a family of a different color came into the area that had the same last name, and they didn't want to be associated, so they intentionally changed the
Shit.
spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
that's
for me,
that's
I
back
know
in the.
somebody who's,
I think that was like the 40s or so. So
for me, I know somebody whose great grandparents, their sibling had done some heinous crime, so they changed the spelling of their last name so they would no longer be associated with that sibling.
Really?
yeah, you get a lot of oddities on that. But that's the reason I
Sibling
don't.
did the
Whenever
heinous crime.
whenever somebody says a name normally in chat in our problem, that's it, whenever. As long as you know who you're talking about, and I can figure out who you're talking about, we're all good.
And there's also the mishearing because I'm mostly deaf out of one of my ears. I will mishear shit constantly.
So what are you guys doing now?
Well,
Punch him in the mouth, steal the box.
no.
We'll never get out of prison.
Yeah.
We did.
We're not implicated in this.
Fair point. Maybe it is
No,
a
but
certain-
you won't get out of prison.
Dude, just hop on the ship and then make the boxes touch.
We're not in there on a time basis, are we?
No.
Who knows? Barnabas could get shipped out at any second.
How about we just go before
Yes, we will.
one of our old friends recognizes us?
I like your plan. We're gonna go.
Okay.
Gently.
Go gently into the dark night.
So you leave the airship area and walk back towards the road.
I'm glancing back to see if any of that party is watching us.
Give me a perception check. Actually, if you're just doing a glance, is your passive still 11?
Yes.
Okay. No, it doesn't look like anybody's following.
Simon looks over and he's like,
2?
well, I'll be damned.
As you get closer to the road, there's a cat sitting there.
How are you?
I figured you'd probably need to...
Is it the same one?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I thought I had taken off.
Yeah, let's see how let's see how that little barrel does on cobblestone.
Yeah, he'll be holding it like you would a coffee cup while you're driving. Yeah.
Very careful.
So, where are you headed?
We are going to the Rook's Preserve.
So you're learning. He,
More demonstration happening.
You guys are taking a bomb into the equivalent
I
of the
know.
Library
No,
of
no.
Congress.
As soon as I realized what it was we were picking up, I'm like, wait, what are we doing to this library?
You're recreating the Library of Alexandria.
That's the next tag. We're a national security threat.
So you got your errands ran.
believe so.
So Rook's Preserve, it'll be 3 silver.
Just for you hanging out, I'll give you a 4.
Excellent, good sir. So what brings you to Cress?
Work. Paying off some debts and things.
I'm paying off quite a few debts myself. It's why I drive the cab.
Makes sense.
Onion doesn't really know what to say, so they're just going to agree with the name.
So, he drives you back, almost back to the center of the town. And he lets you out at a very large building that has... And it's got a wall that surrounds it with a courtyard. And you can't miss the fact that that you're at the right place, because the gates and the archway over has a bunch of rooks, but made of metal.
Rooks like the chesties or rooks like birds?
Birds.
Oh, I was thinking just.
Nope. The bird.
And when I say it's a large building, for the most part, this would have taken up probably part of like half of a city block, and it's also 4 stories.
And we at least know 4 stories down.
It's okay. One of the stories is entirely Red Dragon Comic. Possibly more now.
Will you need me waiting again?
I don't believe so. But if you're around whenever we come back out, so I'll definitely flag for you.
Well, if you don't need me, I'm going to go and try to find other fellas.
Have it.
He takes off. You make your way up to the Rook's Preserve, and again, it's hard not to know you're at the right place, as the 2 main doors are both, on each door has a rook staring in opposite directions.
Is there anyone as we approach?
The doors are shut.
How are you guys gonna walk in with that?
I can't exactly hide it.
Since cube down gently.
Can you hold that
Cube
for
down
me?
the
No, no.
kicks cube down the steps.
The door opens.
We're here to make a delivery to the fourth basement?
Why are we knocking?
Our hands are full.
They the door open.
It's a push.
Oh,
It's fine. You're
Nah.
fairly new to cities. It's cool. No worries.
You have these weird ear things too. They don't work on.
Well, for you it would have been a pull.
Oh, it was a pull?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but for them they're
Also, our first time ever coming to the library.
First time here, sorry.
apologies.
it's open to the public for the most part.
New information.
We recently got in Cress and we've been rather busy.
Do you need an escort to the fourth floor?
Yes, please.
They point over to a desk area in the middle of the lobby. They will gladly help
Thank you. Much appreciated.
you.
Wait, we're talking about this bigger carrying kind of thing?
It's the personal like beer kegs.
Okay.
The personal size, small, like 1 or 2 shots of the canyon powder kegs.
Yeah.
All it's missing is a fuse and a will to boom.
You get over to the desk and there's a bunch of people that are helping others and whatnot, and one of them goes, "Can I help you?"
Making a delivery to the fourth basement.
They like tilt their glasses down and look, and they're like,
Hot.
"Right, fourth basement."
Yes.
They grab a book and like flip through it. You're part of that party.
Yes.
They pull a little piece of paper over. Sign here.
Both of us or just him?
Still go.
Their ink and quill.
Fourth floor. And they reach over and they grab a little, what looks like a bottle with of glass, and they go, "Discretion is wanted, so we're not allowed to take you. You follow this."
Okay.
And they open it, and as soon as they open it, the light that's in it like something inside lights up and it shoots out and takes off.
What does it look like?
Oh, they just cast Find the Path. Oh wait, no, it's the spell Clairvoyance from Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
And it's you're at a little bit more of a jog than a walk.
Yeah.
As it is a lot faster than you were anticipating.
Don't trip, guys.
And it is
No open flames in here, so we're okay.
it goes to the middle of and there are staircases that go down and staircases that go up, and it starts to go down. And as you start to go down, it is spiraling both up and down. And it is a bit, as you're going down, you can't help but notice that that's a lot of down compared to the up.
Luckily, it's more of a workout if we were carrying this up.
There's a lot more than just 4 basements.
Yes.
Goes down pretty far.
Jump and cast it.
It's supposed to be
Let's see
the
if the spell runs out.
right.
Or the floors too.
Supposed to be the largest library. Makes sense now.
And as you continue to go down further and further, it's definitely not your standard story height.
I was about to say it's like warehouse high stories.
Yeah, each one of them is roughly 30 feet.
It's like Trinity College on the upstairs.
So we are
And
at
they
a
just-
speed walking pace, going downstairs, holding very dangerous objects.
You know what?
Desperately trying not to trip.
At this point, I think just jumping and casting Featherfall would have been the better idea.
So in that light, I need a dexterity check.
Well, I would say, luckily for you, I'm very dexterous.
You just jinxed the
I mean,
hell out of yourself.
I mean, I have okay dexterity, and I can't imagine it's that
Just-
high DC.
Just dex?
Just a
30.
Say that now.
That'd be
17.
so bad. This is not all
you're good.
Yeah, instead of like blowing up a jail, you just blew up the library.
Oh no, it was a possibility.
You would have recreated the burning of the Library of Alexandria.
They probably have
Do they have countermeasures for player stupidity? That's the question.
So you go down all of these floors, and when it gets to the bottom, and you could tell when you make it to a floor because there is a landing off to the right, but it keeps spiraling down and down. And finally, the light stops and then winks out.
There.
Yeah, this is the fourth.
Door or
Nope.
start walking and looking for.
So when you walk onto the landing, there's in front of you is about 15 different bookcases, all going. And so you're just seeing the end caps of all of
kind of give a. See if I can smell some.
them. Okay. Give me a perception check.
Not as cool as Barnabas, and that makes sense.
That is kind of helpful with Crusher, isn't it?
Yes, that's a 10.
You don't detect the smell of ash, but you definitely detect the smell of something burning.
Cigar. We hope.
Oh,
There's like, this book didn't have a happy ending. Tosses it in the fire. Other books without a happy ending.
well, let's see. We just need to pick one, or we can kind of go and see if there's anything different about.
So as you start going and looking down in that direction, you do notice that the way some of them you can't see when it ends, and then all of a sudden there's a wall on the end of basically what would be about 2 rows down, made of solid stone.
That's where we're going. Towards the wall.
You get towards it at the end of the wall, and on, like I said, it's it's got an L to it.
Mhm.
And when you look off to your what would be your left, you see a gentleman standing in front of a door.
Recognize this gentleman? Nope. You're working with Kentar and Crusher.
So I have you to thank for the fun that I'm about to have.
Yeah, the flat top, kind of like a flat top bowl cut with a really big mustache. I'm hoping. I just want to be the boom guy from Atlantis.
Yeah. So let's go. And he opens the door, and again, when he opens it, it's a plethora of bookcases, and there's a chair that's empty on the other side of the door. And he shuts the door behind you. And he, let's go this way. And he like waddles down to a wall, and he's this one. And he grabs the bookcase and starts to pull it. And it starts to move. And when he gets it out a little bit, it rolls to the right, and there are more stairs
Up or down?
down.
It's more of a workout going upstairs. I work on a 5th floor. I've tried, and it hurts.
This is
way
just a
more going
retrofitted
upstairs than
labyrinth.
downstairs.
He so after you,
Hand him the other bundle the first bundle he got handed
he
while I carry the barrel.
after you both you hear, and when it clicks, it's dark.
Pitch dark.
Yeah.
So you're blind, and I see black and white for 300 feet.
Yep.
You don't have a light, do you?
Yeah.
I might be able to help with this.
Whoop.
No, it's not a spell.
Oh, okay.
Something I've been practicing. And I am going to use my Eyes of the Night to share my dark vision with you for an hour. You can now have dark vision of a range of 300 feet.
Well, that's new. Of
You see everything.
course, now this
Shades
guy's
of
blind.
gray.
When you turn and look back, he's got these goggles on, and he's holding out. He goes, and he taps you with them, and he goes, "There you go."
Paper towels, just in case.
Goggles of night vision.
Like, because I'm holding a barrel. I'll just
There, let's put on your face.
I believe this one just gave me a ability to be able to see.
Do you not need them either?
And no, he doesn't want to help us at all.
So, if you're not going to use, I will back. They are very expensive.
I need them later, though. Apparently.
It'd be awesome when you put them on. You just see everything in full color.
Well, from what I'm told, you won't be coming back this way.
Oh.
So,
They're gonna sap prison.
we're gonna go down roughly 3 more stories.
Yeah, I'm glad you ate that extra half breakfast.
Constitution
Told
saving
you.
throw.
And then we're going to make our way through the Elder City.
Oh, there's an older city.
Like an old city under the new one or something.
That'd be a good way to put it.
The Elder Dark.
Interesting.
I knew that there was old city and new city upstairs, basically. So there's even older than the old city?
You are not from Cress. I can tell. Your accent is very wrong.
Odd.
Yeah, because I'm
Cress is more
from
Russian.
Tamerald.
Is more Rusk.
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
Tamerald is
Did
more
you not
Scotch
say-
Irish.
That this city was originally like a haven for the Dark Lord.
So, You not know our good history. That's good. That's not to know that. Especially where you're going.
Well, I know even less, so
This should be fun.
they say in a
Down we go! Down we go! I give you a history lesson as we walk.
Yes.
So, the main part of Cress used to be in cavern. Or valley.
Mm-hmm.
And as we expanded upwards, it made less sense to travel up. So we just buried. And buried again. And again.
That seems like a lot of wasted space.
Pretty sure it's all used or something of the sort.
No,
No?
wasted. Forgotten by most.
A lot of wasted space.
The Rook has always been the tallest building.
Rook in the Rookery.
Wait,
So every time they buried it, they added another layer.
so was all of this, was all of the Rooks Preserve like above ground at one point?
At one point.
It's been buried a lot.
So, how old would you say the Elder City is? The original city?
So, you see the fact that castle sits slightly above everything. Used to, castle sat on top of peak of mountain. I mean mountain. As in 3-day travel, hard climb. If you didn't take the road. The road still took a day and a half, maybe 2.
God damn. Okay. So Crescent is way bigger than an older, probably.
And it's a convenient place for all the dwarves to live. Dark Lord used to employ them.
Right. We haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of reminds me of some Feydark cities I've seen.
we go to Elder City. It's filled with lots of interesting characters.
Very dangerous characters, or just
There can be.
that's normal on the surface too.
You have a nose for problems, I know.
Ourselves in.
Keep finding him.
And by this point, he comes to a door, and he and it is he opens it, and he peeks in, and he goes, "Okay, we've been good for now."
How long is this gonna be?
So we have to go to the very edge of Elder City, and then we have to go back up a floor. There's no direct way on second floor to get to the first floor, which is under the jail that you. And technically, we go into jail's basement.
To recover some things.
Some people.
That fell off the back of the car.
We just breaking people out, right?
Yes.
Some people that fall.
We're
Yeah,
just getting some people that fell off a cart.
Yes. Yes, we're breaking people. We're breaking people out. I was.
You have 2, I have 4. We all good.
Oh. So we're
It
gonna
just
work
happened to
together.
work out.
Either that or they got themselves arrested. Since y'all did.
Hey, so I hear that you're a werewolf too.
So,
Have you had the taming?
You carry barrel.
I got square.
And square is nothing. Barrel is one I worry. Are you good at fighting?
Yes.
I'm not.
There you go.
There we go. I had you packets.
I will take it.
I
think you
kind
did
of
that
figured the
barrel
way
because
you were
could,
starting with
dimension
this,
door 500 feet away.
something moved in when everybody moved out. Yeah.
He,
That's what I was saying.
he
like,
looks at the barrel and he like
Don't
gives it a slight shake and he's very fluid. We make big bombs.
Yeah, we're gonna be right under the jail and have direct access to the elder.
So square does not boom?
No, square no boom.
Square go boom if I put it in my backpack?
We really need a bad
Kintar give you brass cylinder, right?
Yes, this is here.
Don't put brass cylinder in square.
Oh.
Oh,
So it
there's a
won't
hole in the
So
square.
it doesn't go boom if we don't do that.
Square is valuable.
What you were saying about flesh and
Press his
fruit?
in a little bit.
Yeah.
Bro,
Speak.
Eh?
Does.
Puts it in the backpack.
See, we all on good point. Now, still, brass cylinder, it can go boom. Not that big. It's like poop. A hard rash. If where you have go boom. I don't recommend holding or near genitals.
With you on that one?
We have a friend that we break out. He missing part of genitals. He found out hard way. Big old boy.
Ooh.
That's poop.
I will not learn that lesson. Or, yeah. The hard way.
I warn you, just as I warned him. He don't listen. He carry it in pocket.
Rookie mistake.
So, I'm going to go down this thoroughfare. And he like walks you out, and it is an old road. Buildings on either side, and it is very awkward seeing what looks like a would be concrete ceiling at some point over some of the like on top of the buildings. And he goes, "We go down this thoroughfare, good distance to great opening. That when we might have trouble. You keep me safe. I no go boom. We don't all go boom."
Sounds like a plan.
Absolutely. If the grate is more than an hour's walk away, probably need some of those goggles.
We have quite long distance to go.
And let me just take a pair of those. I'll just keep it around my neck.
He pulls them back out and hands them to you. I won't back when we get to I don't recommend any matches.
What?
So no wiggly fingers either, I assume.
Like if you wear goggles, make you go blind.
So does it work as dark vision or is it better?
Goggles of night vision.
It's like dark vision, but it is the like it does not adjust
Ah,
as quick as your pupils would.
Yeah.
So it's like wearing, if you've ever worn night vision goggles, where they like a light will just blind the crap out of you, especially if it just pops out of nowhere.
Bravo Dick's going dark.
So you walk down this road for quite a bit, and it does. You can see where the opening happens, and now it's one of those like spectacular things to see, as you are actually seeing some of the buildings are built on top of each other, on top of each other, on top of each other. And like thin layers of dirt going over some of the buildings and making a new what would be, and it's the, you can also see where some of the buildings lasted longer than others, as the dirt was not on those, and so they had a lower stoop than the building next to them. But it is such an awkward, and when he says it's an opening, it does look like you went from a flat area to a larger area.
Big cavern.
Yeah, and basically some of these houses or buildings would have been like a 5-story building to begin with. But it's sitting, what's sitting below it was only a 2-story, which has the flat top on top of it.
Cool.
It's crazy.
And as you're going, you can now also sort of see, now that you can see it, that there is a steady up. And we go and hope for best. I now need a D12 roll.
You want to do it or you want me to?
seven.
Yep. You get quite a distance, and he sends you down a side road. And this side road, it comes to a dead end. And at the dead end, there are handprints on the wall. Up we go.
You gonna be able to carry that?
Yes, yes.
Onion climbs.
Let's say maybe I should lead, just in case there's something at the top.
Onion drops back down.
I think it might be easier.
And as you start going up, it's not that hard of a climb. And when you get to the top, you turn and look, and he's like one-handing and like using it as almost like steps.
Yeah.
And you can tell that he's done this quite a bit.
Right.
And the few times that he has to like go from, because the stretch is too far, he swaps it over and you get to the top of this, and it's another road that has dead end onto like a cliff spot overlooking. We make right, and you start to spiral. See how this is working, right? Mm-hmm. And it is watching as like buildings disappear underneath you, and the land being built out, and the whole time you are still in the dark.
Many iterations?
Huh?
How many iterations of?
It's hard to tell.
It's so vast, it's hard to tell.
Because it's one of those, you can't tell where one iteration might end. Because like this could technically have been a new iteration, but it could be an older iteration that was already just higher on the mountain. that just hadn't.
Cress is very important, isn't it?
Yes.
The capital of the continent.
It was.
Was.
Even more than that, it seems
Well, to
like.
me, it still feels like it is. Whether politics be damned. With hearing all
And
this,
the
it's
new
like,
capitals, what is
Alter Wind.
Alterwind? That's not like a mage city if I've ever heard one.
it is.
Really?
Where the college is.
Like,
Oh, okay.
Alterwind is the capital. It is DC, but Cress is New York City.
Yeah. The best, another good way to put it is Cress is New York, and Alter Wind would be like LA.
It kind of makes me think of Teventer from Dragon Age. Interesting.
Give me a perception check.
17.
10.
With a 17, you start to notice that there are people that are wandering around. Some of them have some sort of device on their face to help them see. None of them have lights out. Some of them are walking, no issues.
Like onion, probably.
Yeah. They're keeping to themselves. Most of them, when they see you guys coming, are ducking and like hiding.
Gonna guess this is one of those situations where if you have a light, you immediately stick out to predators. That's the feel I'm getting.
Onion's eyes no longer glow, so.
That's good.
After a couple of hours of like,
So now he is definitely wearing the goggles.
yeah, of wandering around, and your legs are starting to hurt, and it is from going up and down, and you are traversing the city. And you start to get, you can tell you start to get away from the like full mountain area. As it is, you do climb a couple more of those cliff sides that have been like altered to make it easier to climb and whatnot. And you get to a spot, and he stops you, and he goes, we go this way. Very quiet.
Right.
So I need stealth checks.
Dirty 20.
30, 20.
15.
You continue your journey, and you can sort of make out now what he, as you're going, you start to notice not humans, but like creatures moving around. And a couple of them like turn and look sort of in your direction occasionally, but it's the like, they're not sure. And it's that like,
Could be lunch, could be enemy.
and
Could be a bigger predator.
There's a bigger fish.
and some of them they turn and they look, and then they scurry off. And these things would be the size of a dog for the most part. Some of them are bigger, but the ones that definitely scurry off are about the size of a dog. And luckily, everybody rolled high enough that you make it through. He opens up a door of a building, and sitting in there is Crusher with a cigar in his mouth and a bunch of dead creatures laying around him.
You've been busy.
Adding to your meat supply.
It might be edible. I don't know. Is it edible, Ed? I told you that's not my name. And I can't pronounce the rest of it, so I don't really care.
Did we hear his name?
No.
What is your name?
It is best that you don't know that, as I don't want to know yours, and I don't want to know who I'm getting out of jail for you.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Same thing. One of them doesn't have a name.
How'd you come about Barnabas?
Russia. I told you beforehand, put that stuff out. We have big booms now. Oh, okay. And he, throws it down and stomps on it. Throw the edible, Ed?
Pour some water on it, just in case.
And the gentleman that's been walking with you looks at a couple of them and he goes, "Yeah, that one." Crusher picks it up and ties the tail to his belt. And he, okay, let's go. And he walks you to the up the stairs of the building, and at the top there is a bunch of rocks that you can tell used to block what looks like a small passageway. And he,
So this is what you've been doing.
yeah, he grabs the last rock and pulls, and there's light on the other side.
Here you go.
Gonna rub their eyes.
He puts the goggles away and he, well, here goes.
Rest you?
He walks and he ducks up under,
Mhm.
and you see him stand up and walks away. Crusher goes, after it.
Leave me alone.
I need to get the square out.
I can't get through there. And now that you're squeezing through it, you can definitely tell that Barnabas won't probably make it through it.
After an explosion.
Crusher definitely can't make it through it because he's
I mean, kind of takes off their backpack and kind of drags it behind them. They fit no
You're
problem.
I needed a day would probably be fine.
yeah.
We're tiny.
Crusher sticks his hand in, and it's part of his shoulder in his hand. He goes, Kintar said you're supposed to take this with you.
I'm assuming I'm behind you.
It's a larger brass cylinder.
Are we supposed to give the small one to Crusher?
Yeah, here's the small one. He said you're supposed to give that to you.
Oh yeah, give me part of that square. And he reaches he's got his hand out and he grabs a piece and pulls and he's like, all right, that'll do.
So does it just pop off, or is it
It's like taffy almost.
So
it's plastique that you see with the
You were giving gunpowder and C4.
yeah.
Either that or sodium.
And he, well, I'll be waiting.
Alright. All after Ed.
So the guy, he's sitting there, and the light that's here is very dim. It is not natural. but you can't quite put what's causing it. And he stops at he's walking and he stops and he's tapping. And it's tapping different bricks. He keeps going and taps. And he goes, that square. He starts to pull pieces off and puts it on its spot. Walks a little bit, puts more in. Keeps tapping, puts some more down.
Damage.
And he turns and he. Russia gave you. He opens it, and it is like it unscrews, and he starts pulling little, what looks like wicks, and putting them in it. And then he takes the barrel, pops the top on it, and starts pouring.
Back away from all that.
And pours a little bit, and basically each little plastic the taffy stuff, the substance, he's made a little bowl, and he pours the powder into it, and like stuck it to the wall, and he starts to make a line down the. And this is still like a cobblestone type street or like an alleyway that you don't know where in the world. You definitely have a ceiling above your head, too.
Right.
And he starts to come back towards the opening, and he. I think these will do.
Certainly hope so.
He walks the barrel back to the wall and sets it down in the middle of all of it. Walks back to you, and he. So, I wish you best of luck with your friends. Good luck escaping.
What about your friends?
We know our way through. We find our own way out. I hope you can find your way through what I just led you through.
Hopefully we can find a different one.
There's no going up. I tell you that now.
Well, Crusher got here, so hopefully he can get us.
Russia! No response.
Well.
He has other business.
All the scent of cigars.
We'll figure it out.
We figured.
Good luck. And he strikes the flint on the steel, and you hear, and within seconds, everything, that whole wall is just gone.
Move fast.
So right fast. Being in the jail, all of our equipment, did we still have it that we had on us, or was it taken?
No, I think
Like
it was left
armor
on you.
or
It was all left on you.
okay.
They left my daggers.
Okay.
They,
That's what I was
You weren't fucking afraid of me, though.
Remember they locked you up,
Oh,
so you couldn't do anything until you sat down.
I'll put it this way: they had no like qualms for you guys.
okay.
we're fleas.
So we've gone through their storyline. For you two, your day has been pretty uneventful, much like your past 2 days of sitting. Because it's been this is your second day, full day in jail, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after lunch, a person stops in front of it would be yours first, Finn, and he goes, in 2 bells. Step away from back wall.
Why?
Best for you not to understand more than step away from back wall at 2 bells.
Yeah, what do I have to?
Okay.
Just do what you're told.
And you hear him like, now that you're listening, you hear him tell multiple people down the row that you're at the same thing. And again, for Barnabas, they get to you and they at 2 bells, step away from back wall.
Barnabas remembering the little prayer that he gave when he got put in. Oh God, he's got some commitments. He's now dedicating his life to a hell.
Give me a perception check.
Then just imagine the whole place goes boom, and the first thing you go, Zuko!
Praise be!
Praise!
Barnabas has to find out about
Oh,
it
I think
now.
I'm solid. No, that's 18.
18.
21.
Okay. So it's you can tell as the guy was going down, he didn't tell everyone, but he did tell quite a few people to step away from the wall.
Does Barnabas spell anything funny?
So this was at around lunchtime, so around noonish. 1 bell goes by, and you can Barnabas, give me a perception check.
Is this going to be based off hearing and or
Hearing.
smell?
Hearing to begin with.
I believe that's going to be a 19.
Okay.
Yes.
With a 19, for the roughly from about the time that you were served lunch and right after that gentleman, you kept hearing this like crumbling sound.
Yeah.
Barnabas is just going to move towards the center of the room now while he's eating.
Then about an hour and a half, you start smelling some.
Fucking ash.
No, it's not ash. It's just a cigar.
Crusher.
And then right before it's been quite a while since all of that, you can distinctly smell sulfur and some other things that are very off-putting. And then you hear the 2 bells ring.
Up against the bars?
And after a couple of minutes, all of a sudden, there's a loud explosion. As that whole back wall
Is gone.
And at this, you hear whistles, bells being rung, tons of noise coming from the front of the building. What are you two doing?
So the back wall's gone?
It's gone.
Through the back wall.
You're just gonna
I'm going through it and I'm trying to find the smell, like the
okay.
origin points of the smells.
Give me a perception check first. Sight.
So I've been using the purple dye as my primary.
Okay.
18.
Okay. Before you go off the back wall, you do notice that that's quite a fall.
Yeah.
For you two, when the explosion happens, there's more debris than you anticipated. As
Whoa.
it's not one floor that he just took out.
Yeah.
As what would be the basement, the first floor of cells, and the second floor of cells, the wall has collapsed. And you're far enough away to see, and it is all of a sudden daylight. As not only is the wall gone, but part of the road and
Oh, we
camera.
can pull you up.
I'm
Get out.
trying to visualize this. Are we? So you got ground floor, cells here. Did we?
yeah.
Okay, so we kind of descend
Yeah.
into that little under.
The wall does. Y'all don't.
Okay.
It's still up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
You also, for you two, notice that the building is not stable anymore. As we've just taken out a whole side of a building.
Load bearing wall.
So, first things first, dexterity checks.
From all four of us,
Acrobatics from those two.
Acrobatic.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You got 8.
I got
6.
8 and 6.
Yep.
Okay.
What?
So, you notice that a bunch of people are jumping and running.
Yeah.
And for you two, there's a bunch of people that run by you and like start to try to squeeze through that crack. And at this, the person that has been with you the whole time goes, "Good luck," and like ducks underneath and follows those two, some of the others that were with them. So, high or low, Barnabas?
Hi.
Okay. So you get 1 point of fall damage. Finn, you get 3 points of fall damage. I rolled the damage prior hand, and then I assigned high to one.
That's a
color.
lot less than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, same.
And low to a different color, and so, okay, so
Splat.
the fun part of you hear the bells, you hear the whistles. There are definitely now thumpers on their way. You're able to make it through the crack. And on the other side, you have that building to go down. And as you exit that building, it is dark. You are in the underground. You can hear tons of things moving.
Can I see Barnum? Wait, or do we?
We have no light.
Well, I mean, y'all saw each other and moved to where we're like.
I've got a bit of an advantage down here.
And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
So I guess this is going to be a
I am really glad.
fun trial and tribulation.
So this is what will be happening is you're going to A, be running from police. B, you have to make navigation checks while running.
Stealth.
C, if you want to be stealthy, you can.
Slow us down, though.
And D, the denizens of the city do not take kindly to the fact that you have just brought some sort of hellscape onto their area.
That's gonna be chaos. I love it.
We're free.
Yeah.
Sort of. We're in a new type of jail cell.
Definitely at the point of going, Because obviously Dane's dressed differently now. It's me. We have onion. Don't have time for a reunion right now. Let's go.
You know, 2 levels I picked up in fighting. And fighting is what I chose.
Oh no.
That's gonna save my ass. Well, hopefully.
Oh, blind fighting?
Yeah.
10 feet of blind sight. That's honestly not bad.
But yeah, so this is where we'll pick up.
If it engages with me, I'm good.
I do have a way to get Leslie's character into this.
I assume there's a lot there.
If she can make it next week. If you are not able to make it, we will figure something out. If you're not able to make next week, if we are going to have like everybody together except for like one of you, pick somebody to be your proxy for your character. Is the best way to word it. Make sure that our D&D Beyond is updated so that we can access your character with no issue.
I will get to that.
Yeah. And I think that's it for. I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching tonight. Cell, thank you for saying for being in chat. Boz, thank you for being in chat as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed our D&D session. We will hopefully be back next week with the continuation of the jailbreak. I'm going to be playing Skull and Bones tonight on the stream after this. If you want to see the beta of that, come on over and watch. Again, thank you all so much. I'm Shinigami Tabrets. I hope you have a wonderful day or a wonderful night wherever you are. And until next time, everyone, peace.